All right, let's talk about my Saints. So, Saints went into Carolina and lost 22-14, and good job, Carolina. You guys won. It wasn't like, oh man, this game was rigged. There was so much bullshit. No. They won. They outplayed us. They deserve the win. Do I like saying that? Fuck no. But it is what happened. I have a cousin who's a passionate Panthers fan. Love the man. He loves me. We hate each other when it comes to football. I know he's happy. He hasn't texted me anything. I didn't text him anything, but, good win for you, cuz. So, here, this to me is a complete team failure in all three phases and the coaching. Now, by far, the defense is the least responsible. They did the best out of all three units, but there is some issues I do have some issues with the way they played. So let's go over all that shit. So first off, the defense, 3 sacks. Good shit. Would love to see more, but hey, that's still a good amount. If there's one thing I learned growing up, 3 is a magic number. What's not a magic number is 0, which is the amount of turnovers they got. With the offense playing as dog shit as it is, and let's call a spade, the offense looks like shit right now. I need the defense to be able to get turnovers, man. They gave up 6 points at halftime, which is fucking great. I mean, that's, for a team that's supposed to have an elite defense, that is the kind of number I want to see. Third quarter, 0 points. That's the time I want to see 0. Good shit. Fourth quarter, gave up 9 points. A touchdown, which I don't know if it was like the Panthers went for 2 and didn't get her, if they just missed the kick. And a field goal. That field goal was after an interception on a short field. Don't fault the defense for that whatsoever. But they gave, right after the Saints scored. So at that point, the score was 13-7. So, all right, we finally scored. It's the top of the quarter. We've got some momentum. We've got some life. All right, defense, I know you guys are tired. I know you guys have been, the unit contributing all game. But you got to get one more. I mean, not one more to start the fucking fourth quarter. But it's you guys can really dig in and get the momentum back, get a stop, maybe get a turnover. Let's go. There's a 67-yard touchdown. Again, the least responsible for what happened. But that was probably the absolute worst time to give up a touchdown. Right as it felt like the offense might have had a rhythm going, there was some life, there was some hope. Gone. You can't have that happen, guys. Rest of the game, good shit. Would love to see that turnover number go up, but good shit. But that, Moving on to the special teams. We had, I believe it was the opening kickoff of the second half. We almost fumbled that. Didn't, but I don't even want it to get close. I don't want us to be careless with the ball. I believe we attempted 2 field goals. One was blocked, which is a problem with the protection up front. The other was just missed. This is the 2nd out of 3 games where Will Lutz has missed a kick. Excuse me. And for a guy whose whole thing is he's got a big leg, he's got an accurate leg, we call him Big Nuts Lutz because the man can make those big kicks, both in terms of the actual length of the kick and how clutch the moment is. We can't have you missing shit like that, man. Special teams, you gotta pick that up. Those 6 points could have helped. Now, even if with those points, we still lose by 2. I won't deny that. But maybe the offense plays different. Maybe they're not trying to play hero ball to catch up as much if we've got those extra points as a cushion. Can't be having that shit happen. Also, there was a failed onside kick attempt, but I feel like that's I'll bring it up because that's a special team miscue, but those are so rarely recovered anyways. I'm not going to blame them for that. It's like what I said about the defense. 6 points, I'm not going to blame you for giving up 6 points. That's good shit. A field goal on a short field because the offense turned it over, I'm not going to blame you for that. That's thank you for only holding them to a field goal. Good shit. Offense. we had 2 receivers go over 100 yards. I believe Traquan had like 104 and Olave had like 145, 149. That's good shit. How did we have 2 guys? I'm actually shocked we had 2 guys over 100 yards because the offense was shit all day. Kamara had a fumble. So the first drive of the game, good shit, going well. Penalties killed the drive, had to punt. Second drive, all right, we were able to get something. Oh, Kamara fumbled. Oh, now it scored all the way for a touchdown, and we trailed the entire rest of the game. That's why defense only gave up 6 points, but the score was 13-0 until the fourth quarter because the offense gave up a touchdown. Jameis threw an interception. It was tipped, so not super his fault, but it's still an interception. He throws another one to end the game. He also had 2 more throws that could have been interceptions. The man could have finished with 4. He had 1 touchdown. That was one of the ones that should have been intercepted. Phenomenal catch by Callaway on that, by the way. Holy shit. Good job getting the score and bailing out the quarterback. But I mean, he shouldn't have thrown that ball. I think that was the play where I've even seen it. Like Kamara is wide open in like the middle of the field. He might not score that play, but he can get some yards. He might still score. But nope, I'm going to throw it to the guy with like 5 other dudes around him, one of which is another Saints player, but it's like 3 Panthers in coverage, and holy shit, he caught it. Jameis, what are you doing? Like why would you throw that? The problem with Jameis is it's like he has this complex that he needs to play hero ball. This is what happened at the end of the Bucs game. It was honestly everything after the fight was Jameis playing hero ball. If he has a terrible defense, and he's like, I have to score every possession because the defense is giving shit up, I could understand it. But we don't have a bad defense. Our defense is fucking good. If he's like, I'm playing with a bunch of bums. My receivers, they can't get separation. They can't catch. I have to throw these crazy throws. No, you got dudes like open. You can take your checkdowns, man. Like, I don't understand his decision making. And it's to a point, like, I know last week I was like, you know, I'm really confident. I am not going to say, no, we got to dump him, throw Jameis to the wolves. But man, those were some bad decisions. I don't know how much of that is, like, his back is affecting his throws. How much of it is, like, it is just straight up affecting his decision making because he now has to accommodate for that. I don't know. But that's what leads to the coaching problem. If your starting quarterback is injured to the point where he is unable to make the throws needed, or it's affecting his decision making, he needs to sit so he can heal. Look what happened to the Browns last year. Baker was injured all year. He played like shit. And it cost them. I don't want the same thing to happen to us. We have Dalton for a reason. Is the Red Rifle like a top-tier quarterback? Not especially, but he's solid. I can trust him to make throws and to be able to trust his defense. I trust Andy Dalton to not play hero ball when he doesn't have to. I clearly can't trust Jameis to do that. I sincerely hope he is able to heal up, and when he does, he is able to play better. He's able to be more consistent. But this is a problem. Coaches, if you think that is the problem, he needs to sit, heal up, trust Dalton to play a couple games. If Jameis is making bad decisions, if he's not taking the checkdowns when they're available, and, if it's like 3rd and 20, don't take the check down. Like, I get that, unless, we're trying to protect the lead. Don't do the crazy shit. If it's like 1st or 2nd down and you can get some yards, take the yards, man. That helps. Take those easy throws. Get into a rhythm. If Jameis is fucking that shit up, you guys need to tell him. You guys need to harp on him for it. And if it continues to be a problem, you need to address the problem. Next week is against the Vikings. It's a London game. And I'm looking at that going like, man, I hate that this is a London game because it's so easy to make excuses if things go wrong. Like, yeah, it's across the pond, jet lag, having to wake up super early and all that shit. Like, it's a kind of a mess. So if things are sloppy, I get it. But it would also be at least offensive. Like, if the defense is sloppy, then it's like, okay, you know what? You guys have played really well 2 games in a row, like 10 quarters in a row. I can afford you that. Please don't. But I get it. If the offense does that, that's essentially 4 games in a row. And while this one might be an excuse, like there's a reason for it, I don't want to give them that benefit of the doubt. Just clean it up, guys. Don't play like shit on offense. Special teams, make your kicks. Block for the kicker so they don't get blocked. Defense, keep doing what you're doing. Try to get some turnovers. Coaches, make sure that the people on the field are the best people for the team. That's it. Saints on 3. 1, 2, 3. I know Chiseled Adonis does that with the Steelers, but he's like, all right, Steelers on 3. 1, 2, 3 Steelers. I think he did like a 4, 5, 6. Don't fucking suck or some shit. And that's kind of how I feel. It's like, yes, this is my team. I love my team. But when they play like shit, and when there's multiple phases of the team that play like shit, I want to harp on them for it. But they're still my guys. So it's only week 3. There's time to fix this. There's time to kick ass. Who dat?